It's not going to, won't, because I've got it in the no fuel. This is the SP20. I rescued it from a farm. It's been sitting here for a little while. It's got a big hole in it here. Because you have to take the gearbox out to get the sump off. Let me see. Finally got this tuned. Let there be light. But that's not the engine from it. This is the original engine. It's making a bit of a noise. It rolled a bearing. This is the crank. These are forged in this FSDE. And these are the bearings from the mains. It looks like someone's been in here. I thought they had because I had different coloured sealant. And you know, one of the things, it's only a 4-cylinder. How much can it cost to machine the crank? Well, if these bearing journals were wider, you can fit 2 rods on them. And that's exactly the same number of bearings as a V8. So to machine this costs the same as a V8. This, I don't know how well you would be able to see, is the bearing that's spun. And I got an engineer to measure it, even though I've got my own mics. I got an engineer to measure it. It's 10th thou under the minimum size. What I'm hoping to do here is I picked up this engine for 150 bucks. The whole car cost me 600. So I'm 750 plus transport into it. But this pig, well, it was losing a lot of oil. So at least that means it's got fucking oil in it. Right? It's a beautiful day. We've got a bit of a monster going here. Now this bloke, I got this engine off, pulled it out in the dirt. And just look at it. I think the oil pump's working good because there's fucking oil everywhere. Yeah, he's left the belts on it, but he's chopped the air conditioning line. He doesn't know how to get them off. What we're attempting to do here is get a bottom end that doesn't need machining. And for 150 bucks, I thought I'd throw the hat in the ring. I do get the inlet manifold and the alternator and the power steering pump and what looks like some aftermarket ignition wires and all the fuel injectors and automatic flex plate, which ain't going to do much good in my scenario. And this guy was pulling it out in the fucking dirt. I don't think he's even dropped the fucking oil out of it, because there's a big puddle there and there's a bit of spray that's come back over the trip. So yeah, she's a bit of a monster. It's a bit grotty. We'll pull it down and see what happens. Alrighty. Well, we've given it a bit of a degrease and a bit of a spray off, but I was wondering why oil was leaking in the trailer coming out of the fucking dipstick. Because old mate didn't drain the oil out of it when he took the engine out of the car. I don't know, maybe he saved some money doing that. Let me know in the comments. Isn't that step 1 when you're doing any mechanical work, is you drain the fucking oil? Alright. We'll get this monster in the shed. Well, we'll get it cleaned up. we'll get it in the shed and we'll see what's what inside of it, eh? See if we can't swap it around and get the mighty black mica magic going. What I'm going to attempt to do is, I know that the old block, because I pushed the rings down there and measured it, the end gaps, it's not very worn, it doesn't have any taper. The bores are good, but the crank is bad. And there's fucking shit everywhere. But what I'm going to do is get the crank out of this, because this is apparently burning a lot of oil. But we'll measure the bores, we'll pull it down completely, and we'll see if we can put this crank without machining. I will put new bearings on it into the good block. A new set of rings. Yeah, it's 20 years old, this engine. Look at these. They're fucking brand new. Not enough light to do this. I've got a washing machine rebuild underway at the same time. Suffered a bit of corrosion at some stage. I'm waiting for parts for that every fucking time. Been going for a month. We've slowed down in the All Thumbs Bum garage, but we're going to get into it today. So stand by and we'll pull this puppy apart and see what's going on. Okay, we're here with the FSDE and we've had a bit of a win because that belt looks brand new. And once we dive under the cover, we'll be able to check to see what's going on with the tensioner and everything. Alright, now this engine was blowing a lot of oil apparently, burning a lot of oil. There's a lot of carbon in the exhaust there. Let's see if you can see, I hope you can see that as well as I can. Oh, if you can't, I'll just edit it out, but there's a lot of crap in there. It's a lot crappier than the other one. And plus there is oil all over the joint. Looking at the top end, yeah, I kind of think we've got some decent cams there. It's a little bit of mark on all of them on that. See if you can you see that? Just at the crest of the cam, there's a little bit of a marker stain on there, but yeah, it seems to be on all of them. See it there and there. You've got to pop the cams out to get the head off, so that'll be the next step. Stand by. After measuring the clearance on the inlets and the exhaust this time, so I've got a baseline, something to work with, it's now time to pop the head bolts out. Now I know a lot of people like Adam Sandler on his mechanical channel doing this, so I'm doing this for you guys. I'm doing it for the fans. Because we know someone's been in here before, so let's see how tight they are. Not very. A little tighter. Oh, there's a bit of a noise for the fans. I don't know, the other engine was about the same, so that might just be all she wrote, but there's a little bit of noise there, bit of sound effects. There's one other one there. Another little patoinga there. There's certainly, they're not that even, but well, that's it, guys. We only got half the patoings that we thought we'd get, and I didn't even have to give it a bloody reef. Let's see what happens when we get the head off. Stand by. Well, that's what was sitting in number 1. I don't know if you can see it, but it's this weird looking shit. Number 2 looks perfect. So does number 3. Got a little bit of shit in there off something. Number 4, same. In fact, if there's no ridges, and if I get the light right, probably won't be able to see it, but you can still see the cross hatching in the bores, which gives me hope for this block. But something here, oh my god, what the hell is that? So we'll come around and we'll look at number 1. Looks like melted plastic. There's a fair bit of carbon in the rest, but these things are known to run rich. The gasket looks alright. This is what I meant before when I was talking about the carbon build up here. Try and go a bit slower because I'm like a bull at a gate. And I'm thinking that most of this oil has come from the rocker cover gasket, because you can see it coming down from there. Cam cover gasket, I should say. So it's right in there, and it's coming in all the way down. Doesn't look like... I'll do the front seal anyway. Of course you'd do it while you're in there, but yeah, it's just weird, man. It's weird. That might even be a new oil pump too. We'll take it apart and measure it. The timing the timing belt tensioner all look good. Once again, we can see it all coming down from the top, pretty much. Foxtrot Sierra. That's got me puzzled though. I'll see if I can swing that light around so you get a better view. Alright, I'm going to put my fingers in it. It's just carbon, loose flaking carbon. It smells like petrol, man. It's got a real petrol-y smell. So I'm thinking there might be a Duff injector there. Fucking hell. Alright. If you got any thoughts, put them in the comments. Alright. We got all the rest of it apart. A little bit of an accident. Everybody seems to do that. I've got number 4 out, and I'm measuring the barrel using the ring end gap of the piston ring. This is the top ring. Now when it's right up the top, where it never gets to, it's bigger than the standard end gap, and it's bigger than the service limit end gap. So this to me indicates the ring itself is worn. When I measure the gap of the ring, push it down the barrel with the piston, keeping it square. Alright? So when I measure it down here, it's tighter than the service limit, which is 0.25. Alright? The piston itself is measured, see if I can do this with one hand, 90 degrees to the pin and 16 millimeters down from the oil control ring. Sorry guys. So if I go down here, I'm not going to quite get there. So I go here, and we're at 83. So it's 83 point... The closest one there is the second one. So it's 83.2 something. No, it's just under 82 point. Looking at it in the light so we can see here, it's just under the 83. Hey, that's fucking close enough. I'm not going to worry about it. So the pistons measure up all right. The rings measure up as worn. The bore measures up all right. And this thing turns over. Oh, there's my spanner. Shit everywhere as usual. Look. I'll turn it the other way because it's undoing the nut. Now I haven't measured the mains yet, but look how easy this turns over. Looking at the bearings, I haven't put the plastic gauge in them yet. I'll do that next time. But there's no ridges that you can feel. Nothing that catches a fingernail. There was a little bit of movement, just a little bit of thrust line movement, but there was no side to side movement when the crankshaft is uppermost in the block. So I think my analysis at this point in time, and I can always edit it, so I'm fucking right all the time. I'm going to use this block, this crank, and these pistons. I'm going to put a new set of pistons in it. I'm going to put a new set of rings in it. I'm going to measure the mains, but the way that spins over, it's magnificent. I should really put a water pump and an oil pump on it at the same time. I don't want to be tight ass and cheap out on that. The timing belt, there's no point in replacing it. It's perfect. So we're probably going to get away with a $500 rebuild because you've got to put all the gaskets in there. Oh, there was a thing on the gasket I wanted to show you. Hang on a second. When I put my super duper glasses on, you can see this in the bright light. Look at that there. See that? That was just about to fail. You can see a mark there. And this is the upper side of the gasket, I presume. No, sorry, this one. You can just see that was cracked across that bore in the center there. Now, I haven't measured the head for flatness or straightness or nothing. I've sprayed a bit of upper engine carbon cleaner on there and it's come up a bit. It's got some interesting marks here and here. And someone's definitely been in this before. And some marks here, so we'll clean that up. But the pistons have got that much dish on them. It's just amazing that that gets to there. So we may end up using the old head because there's nothing. There's only one easy out helicoil we've got to be put in there. But otherwise, it's looking pretty good. I don't know. All this oil everywhere, I swear, has come down from the rocker cover gasket. Guys, these get rock hard. You know, see like that, right? And they don't seal no more. And it's an easy job. You don't have to do nothing to change them. You don't have to pull anything out. Just pull the coils off the top of the engine if you've got a coil engine. Otherwise, give that a change. If you think you're using a lot of oil, it could be because of that. Because I've looked underneath this. I've taken the sump off now. There was no leaks coming under that sump, right? Someone done a good job of sealing it up. But I think the reason it's got all that oil all over it and was because it was leaking, and it's got oil from the inside of it now. But I think it was because it was leaking from the front. So this will get cleaned up during the week in an environmentally friendly manner. And at least I know what I'm doing for ordering parts now. And even if I was a real fucking scumbag, that rear main is fantastic, but I don't want to be going in there and doing it again. I've got to get a new clutch, and I don't want to be going in and doing that again. So it's about $270. The clutch pressure plate looks all right. So that's where we stand at the moment, guys. I'll try and get this out because I haven't released a video for a while. Thanks for coming and having a look. Give us a thumbs up or a like. I've got nearly 500 subscribers now. So I need another 46 subscribers to get over the line. So yeah, give us a subscription. Have a look at some of your back catalogue of Mazda stuff. I've got the Madass big bore conversion. We've converted to a 140cc, and I've just done a fuel pump on that because that's the tank there, and with the carby up there, once the fuel gets to about halfway, it will no longer siphon from the tap there. So I put a pump on it from a 90cc, 150cc scooter. That seems to be working all right at the moment. So yeah, tuned to a standstill. Don't do this, guys. Leave them stock. They're much better and even more fun. All right. So it's your mate, the old thumbs bum, signing off. Give us a thumbs up. Stand by.